Synthetic division, the basics. Welcome to Mark's Math Methods. Let's find the quotient using synthetic division. So we've got x to the fourth minus 8x cubed plus 20x squared minus 32x plus 35 divided by x minus 5. What we're going to do here is just the setup. So first we need to see every coefficient in the numerator. So I put a 1 out in front of the x to the fourth because we're only going to use the coefficients, so I need to see them all. Then we take only the coefficients of the numerator. Okay, so I got 1, -8, 20, -32, and 35. Positive signs are not normally written. Third, we need to find the k value. Well, the k value is the opposite of the divisor's constant. So it says x minus 5, so we're going to use a positive 5. Okay, so because we are x to the fourth and we're dividing by a linear x to the first, we're going to lose the last digit. So I'm put a vertical line just so that that underneath the 35 there won't be part of the answer if it's nice. Okay, now we're going to do the work. Now that we've set it up, we're going to do the work. First thing we do is drop that lead coefficient down. So I'm going to drop the 1 down. Then I'm going to multiply the k, or the 5 in this case, times the 1 and put it underneath the second digit, which is the -8. Okay? And then we'll add down. So -8 plus 5 is -3. And then we're just going to repeat this process. We're going to multiply, and add, and so on. So 5 times -3 is -15. 20 minus 15 is 5. Again, 5 times 5 is 25. -32 plus 25 is -7. And 5 times -7 is -35. We add, we get 0. And that's what we want. The 0 means no remainder, which means x minus 5 does divide into x to the fourth minus 8x cubed plus 20x squared minus 32x plus 35 evenly. So now we're going to interpret those results. What does 1, -3, 5, -7, remainder 0 mean? Remember the original variables, x to the fourth, x cubed, x squared, x. And since we were dividing by a linear factor, x minus 5, that variable exponent is a 1. So we're going to decrease each of these variable exponents by 1. So x to the fourth becomes x cubed underneath, x cubed becomes x squared becomes x, and x becomes no variable shown. So now we have 1x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 7, remainder 0. So that means that when we divide it out, we get x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 7. All right, now let's try one that has a remainder. So x cubed plus 5x squared plus 10x plus 8 divided by x plus 3. So again, we grab the numerators coefficients, 1, 5, 10, and 8. We mark off that last space underneath the 8 because our dividing by a linear power 1 divisor, and we have a corner space, which is our k value. So we grab the k value, which is the opposite of the divisor's constant, which is -3. We bring down the 1. So -3 times 1 is -3. We add, we get 2. -3 times 2 is -6. We add, we get 4. -3 times 4 is -12. We add, we get -4. That's our remainder. So now that we've got a remainder, it's not a 0. It's not going to be nice. What do we do now? Well, we take the 1, 2, and 4 that we have on the left-hand side of the vertical line. That's not part of the remainder. That gives us x squared plus 2x plus 4. And then we take that remainder and put it over the divisor. And we always put a plus sign between the two pieces. So we end up with x squared plus 2x plus 4 plus -4 over x plus 3. So it's the remainder over the divisor. All right, let's try one more. So we want to find the quotient using synthetic division. X to the 4th minus 10x squared minus 17x minus 28 divided by x minus 4. Do you see it? The thing that is missing? There's something missing. Notice that there is no x cubed term. In order to use synthetic division, the dividend, the numerator, must be in proper descending order, which means we need to have an x cubed term. So we're going to add a placeholder, 0x cubed. And then we continue as before. So we're going to grab the coefficients, 1, 0, -10, -17, -28, leave a space. We grab the k value, which is the opposite of the -4, which is 4. And now we continue as before. We bring down the 1, and then we multiply and add. So 4 times 1 is 4. We add, we get 4. 4 times 4 is 16. We add, we get 6. 4 times 6 is 24. We add, and we get 7. 4 times 7 is 28. We add, we get 0. Yippee! No remainder. So this one's easy. Don't have to worry about it. It just becomes x cubed plus 4x squared plus 6x plus 7. I hope the presentation was helpful. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment. And if you have any problem types you'd like me to demonstrate, there's my address.